Hey, what's up, guys? Hope you're doing awesome. I'm Rob. I'm a violin player. We're doing some more reaction videos for you. I got a special guest. This is Chris, piano player and singer in town. We played in a couple bands together and stuff. And what the heck is this song?
This is a studio cut by Jarreau. He was getting pretty famous at this point. I OD'd on his live album, which was a couple years previous to this. He got on a big label, and they started, some would say overproducing him, but I think this cut isn't quite there yet. It's still pretty cool. I think Jay Graydon's probably the producer, and it's tight, and it's layered, and Al's still good. He's got still his message, which is positive, life's good, God's in charge. I mean, that is kind of Al Jarreau's message, whether people want to believe it or not. I believe that's his message. Later in the career, maybe it kind of waned a little, but this was his message. Mornin, a very positive song, very uplifting. If you read the comments under some of the versions, everybody, just this is my favorite song. This was at our wedding.
Wow.
He spoke to a lot of people.
What year would this been roughly?
I'm only guessing. I'm gonna guess 82.
Yeah, early 80s.
I'm just guessing. Yeah, I mean, I could be off by a couple years.
And this would have been early on in his career, in the middle-ish?
Middle-ish. I'm going to say middle-ish, yeah.
Because you said that he went to, or when he kind of went deeper into Hollywood, they kind of mixed him different, and they made him do kind of more poppy and more...
I felt like we lost some of Al. It just got so slick, and they buried him in the mix to my ear. I was used to that live album where he was just like...
Yeah.
He was just here, and he had a killer live band, and they were just riffing off each other. There was no more riffing after a while, is what I'm saying. Is they kind of shoehorned him into the pop format, in my view.
Yeah.
Not that I'm an expert on his career. I'm not. He kind of lost me when he got so slick.
Yeah. I hate when they lose me. All right, let's check this out.
Everything is fine in my mind. Morning, Mr. Sheep shining bright and white and tan. My baby says she loves me, and need I tell you that everything here is just fine in my mind. I say my heart has found its wings, searching high and low, and now at last I know.
You can hear his voice is relatively low, I think. He's not one of the usual tenors you hear. I mean, I'm sure he has a range, kind of, but you can hear that he's down. And that's... I just hardly ever hear that. I hardly hear people with the range that low. And you can tell there's so much... There's so much 80s background going on, all the keyboards and stuff, the ding, 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 you hear that a lot in the 80s.
Yeah.
It's
just
just
lots of layers, but it's gooey, and I mean, it's like candy. It's very candy-ish, very sweet.
Yeah.
But kind of cool in its own way.
Very, very soul background. You're hearing that kind of laid back.
And bass was getting funkier every year. And, this is a
yeah.
good example of bass coming into play a lot more. Kind of programmed drums. That's kind of a negative. They can be good, but they can kind of get old, too.
Yeah.
So I would say we're into programmed drums big time here.
And this was sort of right at the end of funk then, right? Like early 80s. We just had this huge funk era. So they were still kind of in that mode, I'd say.
Yeah. they were trying to polish the edges and make it not too raw, a little more, I don't know, kind of seamless, kind of slick, but good.
Yeah.
Positive vibe.
Yeah.
Morning, Mr. Golden Gate. I should walk, but I can't wait. I can't wait to set it straight. I was shaking, but now I am making it right. Here in my mind, my heart will soar with love that's rare and real. My smiling face will feel every cloud. And higher still, beyond the blue, until I know I can, like any man, reach out my hand and touch the face of
I'm hearing so there's like four things I'm hearing. I'm hearing those strings, right? So I'm hearing like the strings remind me of Barry White, like a Barry White style background. The singing kind of reminds me of a little bit of like gospel or like a musical or something. The way his tone is really like thick, and you can tell he's not like he's really given a lot of like tone. And then this song, not so much, but I always hear a lot of like Marvin Gaye influence in his music. Not this song,
sure.
but
Sure. No
so I'm
doubt.
hearing like a whole bunch of different stuff in his music, which is interesting.
And what's weird is, they were trying to go slick, but when you listen to the chords, a lot of them are very very dissonant. There's a lot of, stacking of stuff that they just kind of folded in, but I like it. I like those kind of, and Stevie Wonder did that a lot. He'd play, F sharp with C in the bass, but it's a passing chord. It goes by so fast, but it adds a neat color. They really would push the envelope on the harmony.
It's like maybe the edges thing. Are you talking about like the tone of it, like the with the drums and the certain kind of keyboards? Is that what you mean by kind of tightening it up? Because the chords are a little bit, he's going out with the chords, but the sound quality
it's all real slick,
way less rough.
Yeah, nobody's making stuff up. It's all oh no, do it again. Nope, do it again. No, here's the part, play it. It's all that, and here's the program drums. But then the chords, that bridge went to 4 key centers, and with all kinds of dissonance to get there. And Jay Graydon, he liked to do that. I'm just always shocked at some of the chords that are there, kind of hidden, but they're like really dissonant.
And he seems like he is kind of down in the mix on this one. Is that kind of what you're talking about?
He's down in the mix.
Yeah,
and you can't always. I like a singer where I can hear the words. A lot of times you really can't understand what he's saying because he's so low.
Yeah.
But I'd put him more out front. But
Yeah.
This tune does go. His range is from here to way high.
Yeah, he went up high on that one note. Yeah.
What a bridge that is.
Yeah.
It just keeps building. Reminds me of like a movie theme song. Where we're rolling the credits. We're just.
Yeah, that's funny. Single note solo on the keyboard.
Yeah.
He wasn't doing any chord, or whoever that wasn't doing any chords.
No.
It was that synthesized flute or whatever sound effect they were doing, but single line on the keyboard, which is interesting.
Keep it simple.
Excuse me if I say my heart
is what he likes to do. Go off,
Yeah.
scat, improvise.
We'll give you 15 seconds at the end to
But at the end of the day, he did not want to be pigeonholed as a jazz singer. He started out kind of did Take 5, and that kind of put him on the jazz chart a little bit. But he didn't want to be pigeonholed.
He seems like he would fit really good in the R&B chart.
Yeah.
I bet they would,
I think it's hard to put him in.
Right.
He can sing 4 or 5 things.
Yeah.
It's hard to put him in a bag.
Yeah, wow.
He's just too big.
Yeah, well, we might do a couple of these, so maybe we'll do at least one more. But, that's Al Jarreau. He's got some we were listening to some stuff at work the other day, and it was pretty cool. I'd heard his name a ton, but I didn't really know anything about him. So some of his early stuff is pretty cool. So there you go. We'll be back with another one. See ya.